Hi, and welcome to my webinar. I'm so happy that you came. This is going to be a very interesting webinar on trauma. And I thank you for joining us today and taking time out of your busy day. I know you're busy and you have a lot of things to do, so thank you very much for joining. If you have questions or comments, please either jot them down to ask at the end of this presentation or put them in the chat. So I welcome you to Healing from Within, Navigating Trauma and PTSD Recovery. Have some experiences hurt you deeply, such as situations when you felt rejected or betrayed? Perhaps you were physically, emotionally, or sexually abused. Perhaps the death of a loved one. You might want to take notes and jot down your thoughts and feelings as this material relates to you as we proceed. Do you self-sabotage your success in your relationships, your career, or health? Self-sabotaging thoughts or behaviors are usually involuntary or unconscious, but sometimes they are deliberate and harm your interests or development. They betray your values and come from negative mindsets. A common example is gorging on junk food instead of looking at the underlying cause of your discomfort. Other examples are misplaced anger, lying, coercion, not showing up, or showing up late for appointments, and becoming inebriated at the most inappropriate times. Have you ever felt blocked, anxious, frustrated, self-conscious when you can't move forward, feeling unmotivated or uncommitted? Do you feel shame or blame? Perhaps you were weary of another person's behavior, or you got in the habit of interrupting and not paying attention. Raise your hand if you can relate to any of these feelings and actions. Have you ever felt at the mercy of others' behavior? People who gaslight, take advantage, coerce you into doing what you do not want to do. Do you feel powerful yet powerless at the same time to create what you most want and need? You know you are powerful, but you aren't able to manifest what you want. You might be moving in the right direction, but it seems like a never-ending process. Are you sometimes unable to articulate your ideas, feelings, desires, and needs, especially when in conflict with an authority figure or a dominant personality? Due to the nature of our culture in America, many women find themselves people-pleasing and allowing themselves to be subordinate even when it goes against their ideals. I was very successful in my career, but I got lost when I could not get my alcoholic husband to change his rude and abusive behaviors or listen to reason. I got angrier and more bent out of shape as years went by. I finally gave up and felt like I had lost myself. I spent 6 years in Al-Anon, an organization that provides support, a support community for friends, spouses, or family members of alcoholics. Al-Anon turned my world upside down and taught me so much. The experience helped me to see a role of adversity plays in our lives, to force us to see a bigger picture of reality and practice ways to live more honestly, humbly, and responsibly. Do you sometimes or often feel not good enough? This is a very common automatic thought that plagues everyone, especially women who get very hard on themselves rather than blame the other person. Do you truly love yourself deeply and completely? Most women do not. It is hard to gain respect from others when we are not loving and respecting ourselves. Have you ever wondered what is your biggest enemy? That your biggest enemy might be you? It hurts to realize this, but it is very empowering because the only person we can change is ourselves. This is the beginning of true change. It's not all our fault as individuals. For centuries, women were prevented from reaching their full potential, kept down by social norms and laws. This is no longer the case. Women are now free to excel in whatever area she wants. But like the baby elephant who's been trained to be chained to a post and does not break free even when they're a huge adult, women often still fall under these old limiting beliefs. Are you ready to release your inner blocks and get extraordinary results? Our barriers as women are primarily hidden and internal in the forms of limiting beliefs and patterns formed by traumas. If you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, I have a plan for you. How do your adult or childhood traumas impact you today? Let's just pause for a few moments so you can reflect on how you've been impacted by traumatic situations and people. In what ways does trauma affect your emotions, relationships, and overall well-being? You may deny that you've been traumatized. You may think that you've been traumatized and you're over it, that you've healed and are unaffected now. Your traumas may not even be conscious to you anymore because you've lived with your patterns for so long. Rest assured that traumas are sticky and they follow us around whether we admit it or not. Our trauma triggers tend to rear their ugly heads at the most inopportune times. So let's define trauma. What are traumas? A trauma is a sudden event that dramatically explodes into our lives and radically alters how we perceive the world. Traumas can drastically affect our thoughts, our sense of safety, and our emotional states. Traumas affect how we act and react each and every day. Repeated traumas further distort our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, making life seem out of control. Traumatized people are everywhere. They're in your family, at work, in every arena that you attend. They typically don't broadcast that they've been traumatized. They don't wear a capital T on their foreheads. But think about it. In what ways have you been traumatized? And in what ways have they? Post-traumatic stress disorder can develop after experiencing or witnessing a wide range of traumatic events, including child abuse and domestic violence. Unfortunately, child abuse and domestic violence are far more prevalent than what we would like to believe. Natural disasters and accidents like hurricanes, floods, forest fires, traffic accidents, and falling. Physical and sexual assault and rape. This is too prevalent in dysfunctional societies. Thank goodness in recent years, women's voices are making more of an impact and many men are taking note. There needs to be more men speaking out against sexual assault and rape because men listen to men more than they typically listen to women. I hope that's changing. Death or dismemberment in war. PTSD was recognized in World War I as shell shock. It was seen as shameful, but has gotten a wider recognition as a natural adaptation to horrific events. Perceived threats on one's life. Whether you've been mugged or robbed or your home has been invaded or burglarized, you know what I mean. PTSD is characterized by symptoms such as involuntary and distressing symptoms when re-experiencing traumatic events through avoidance of triggers related to the trauma. This could be conscious memories or any sensual body memory involving smell, sounds, taste, sights, or touch. Even music you once liked can become a trigger if it was playing when you were traumatized. Negative changes in mood and thoughts. All of a sudden you might go from feeling good and having a sense of foreboding and for no apparent reason at all. You go from one extreme to another. Heightened physical and emotional responses, such as exaggerated startle responses. Even minor unexpected noises or sensations can cause people to react strongly, often with feelings of panic or intense fear. They might have outbursts of aggression, develop shorter tempers, and may become instantly agitated or frustrated, even in situations that would not have typically provoked such reactions in the past. Hyperarousal often manifests as a heightened flight or fight response. This means that people with PTSD may experience symptoms of panic, like increased heart rate, rapid breathing, muscle tension, and sweating when they encounter reminders or triggers related to their traumatic experience. These psychological responses are the body's way of preparing for potential danger. Flashbacks are intense and distressing experiences in which people who have PTSD feel as if they are reliving a traumatic event. These episodes can be triggered by various stimuli, such as sights, sounds, smells, or even thoughts that were reminiscent of the trauma. During a flashback, people may lose touch with their present surroundings and become immersed in the traumatic memory as if it was happening again. This can lead to overwhelming emotions, panic, and a sense of helplessness. Flashbacks can be extremely disruptive and distressing. making it difficult for people to function normally in their daily lives. Nightmares are vivid and frightening dreams that often revolve around traumatic events. People with PTSD may experience recurring nightmares that replay the trauma or incorporate elements of it. These nightmares can be so distressing that they disrupt sleep and lead to severe sleep disturbances, including frequent awakenings and difficulty falling back asleep. As a result, people may experience chronic sleep deprivation and heightened anxiety due to the anticipation of having nightmares. Nightmares can be emotionally taxing and contribute to overall distress of living with PTSD. PTSD is a horrible event, a result of severe trauma. It feels super horrible. PTSD creates a pattern of effects that change people's lives until their trauma reactions and triggers are eliminated, which can be facilitated with professional help. Full healing rarely happens without professional help. Healing is possible. I've definitely healed and helped thousands of clients to heal. If you need this kind of help, I will be making you a smoking deal on my program, Essential Mastery, at the end of this presentation. I suffered from PTSD and I didn't even realize it. I have been verbally and physically abused by men. I have been raped. I've been tormented. I've been in several car accidents and a motorcycle accident that produced a broken collarbone. And that was after I'd been in a car accident 3 weeks prior. It was crazy. It was very traumatizing. And the next day, I had to go back from the place where we spent the night in the rain through mountain switchbacks. Extremely traumatizing. It took me a long time to get on a motorcycle again after that. But these experiences were good because they led me to embark upon my healing journey. And they led me to a place where I learned a whole bunch of good things that I am able to help you with now. Along the way, I discovered the power of spiritual practices, which helped me so much. However, I realized that merely engaging in these practices wasn't enough to fully understand and address my trauma. It took time for me to realize that my unresolved traumas were affecting many aspects of my life. After age 3, I never felt good enough. I wanted to hide and not be the center of attention. I never wanted to be on camera. My career progressed well, but I repeated self-sabotaging patterns in my relationships and in my finances. I was drawn into toxic relationships without understanding why. In 2004, I graduated summa cum laude with a master's degree in counseling and then earned licenses as a mental health and addictions counselor. My great desire became to help others facing similar challenges. I struggled and climbed out of the PTSD hole. It was tough, but I did it. Since then, I've had the privilege of supporting countless individuals on their healing journeys. I've helped women who were raped by their fathers, men who were in combat in Vietnam, one young woman from Burundi who witnessed genocide of her entire family and her village. I then understood the importance of clearing trauma on multiple levels, not just on the surface, but on the emotional, subconscious, mental, and spiritual planes too. This is where the spiritual practices come in really handy. I believe I'm unique as a counselor because I believe that we all exist in multiple dimensions. My unique solutions are born from decades of spiritual training and practice that showed me the 5 levels as part of my unique solution. Healing must happen on all levels to be long-lasting, not only by changing your thoughts. The physical body, which is a collection of many different interconnected systems, and also includes the different things that you do in the physical world. Emotions, which are your emotional body, your passions. Your passions are the driving force of your physical body. You don't do anything unless you have an emotion that will drive your physical body. Your subconscious mind, also called the causal body or Akashic records, are the home of your memories. This is where your memories are held, and sometimes we forget these because we are out of touch with our subconscious mind, which is about 90% of our mind, but it's like an iceberg below the surface. Our conscious mind is above the surface. That's what we are aware of. Those are the thoughts and beliefs that are yours, but sometimes they're not yours. Yes, not all our thoughts and beliefs are yours. Sometimes we pick up stuff from media or our parents or the church or many places. So many things that we think are our own thoughts really are not ours. And it's important to get in touch with what those are and let go of the ones that you don't want to hold on to anymore. Soul, this is your true self, your eternal self. Soul is unlimited, it's gorgeous and precious. It's you. You are a child of God. How amazing is that? So now I'm going to show you some testimonials by two of my clients with severe PTSD. Melissa says, working with Marcia has made a lasting impact on me and the way I navigate through life's challenges. Her methods and holistic approach have you doing the work with her guidance as you explore your emotions and release negative patterns. In 2+ years of working with her, I can feel the difference in my life and how I handle triggers and go forth into new relationships with the confidence I had lost due to a life's worth of traumatic experiences. Mina said, thank you for helping me progress far beyond what I ever imagined. You're an absolute godsend in working through my traumas, helping me resolve triggers I thought I would never get past. Your kindness and compassion shine through each session, and I would not be where I am today without your encouragement. I love that you have so many ways to approach and address issues. The many tools you've given me help me respond differently to both old and new stressors, and I am so grateful for your guidance. I can't thank you enough for the positive impact you've had on my life. These women were wonderful to work with, and I can work with you and get similar results. So I'm asking you now, what do you want? How are you going to take control of yourself and your life? What do you agonize about? Has what I covered today stimulated any memories of your challenges? Do you have more to add? I hope you've been taking notes and jotting down your thoughts and feelings so far. If not, you can rewatch the replay and delve deeper and to figure out exactly what you need to work on. What are your motivations and aspirations? I bet you have many. Which ones are not getting met? And how do you think you can go about getting them met? What are you willing to do to get what you most want? Are you willing to face yourself, identify your strengths and weaknesses, look at your past and heal from it? It does take courage and effort, but the results of working with a trained professional is so worth it. We as women have become more powerful over time. Our values, priorities, challenge, and opportunities have changed dramatically. How do you feel about what's going on in your life now compared to what went on in the past? Think about that for a moment. What results would be the biggest game changer for you? I'd love to know more about you and what you need, so put your thoughts in the chat for me. My offer with outcomes are this. Essential Mastery offers many bonuses, including a step-by-step guide to help you master the essentials of your life. You have been through enough, and you deserve to be guided by a professional. The course includes 6 modules with videos, audios, transcripts, and workbooks. This course is thorough. It contains what I wish all of my clients would learn. It's written for you. Membership support groups with kindred souls on the same healing journey. Support groups are so valuable. You get to ask questions, share what you've been through and what you're learning with women who care and can benefit, and they've been through the same things as you. You will help each other and perhaps make a few lifelong friends. Also, I am going to be doing weekly live sessions throughout the course, and you will have the course for life. There are many benefits of taking Essential Mastery. Among other things, in Essential Mastery, you will learn to prioritize you. That is something women have been trained not to do. Many think it's selfish to prioritize themselves, especially mothers with young, demanding children at home. Remember that on airplanes, they tell you that when the oxygen masks drop down, you must put on yours first. So prioritizing you is essential. Identify and list your difficulties. You may have done this somewhat, but we will go much deeper and root out what needs to be seen and excised. Get rid of that stuff. Identify and banish blame, shame, and victimization. This is a major step. You will get professional and peer support in this courageous process. Explore your strengths and weaknesses. You have to know yourself to heal yourself. So we'll delve deeper into that. Understanding triggers and reactive habits. These are big necessary steps. You'll be taught many healing techniques so you will not get caught in an emotional tailspin. You'll be supported every step along the way. You don't have to fear that the dam is going to break and the flood's going to overtake you and you're going to drown. We're going to help you so that that doesn't happen. Gain many valuable skills, including spiritual exercises. This part is priceless and fun. Remember, you're not alone on this path. Millions of women have also experienced traumas that may be similar to yours, and they have been feeling very much like you do. You don't have to be alone with your pain and confusion any longer. I'm here to support you every step of the way, and I will share the best of what I've learned in my professional and personal life to help you to achieve extraordinary results. It's time for you to decide. Listen to your intuition, your heart, and your soul, not your questioning, analyzing mind, which can often derail you. Are you ready to take your next steps toward healing? If you don't join, you will stay stuck where you are now. What happens if you don't take this opportunity? If you don't take this action now and save a bunch of money by joining today, you will continue to stay stuck wherever you are. Is that what you want? Raise your hand if you do. If this program is not right for you, I understand. That's okay. You decide what to do with your life. But I encourage you to join Essential Mastery to heal from your traumas. My course will absolutely help you begin or continue on your journey to break free from trauma. We even offer a money-back guarantee. You can release your inner blocks and anxieties and self-doubt. Are you ready for that? You can take a bold step and transform your life now. Think about your life for a few minutes. Rest assured that amidst your pain, there is hope. You deserve to get extraordinary results. You can heal from trauma and PTSD, from overreacting, from high anxiety and self-doubt. Many people don't believe it, but I know it is true because I've helped and heal myself and helped thousands of clients to heal too. You can get what you want to live happy and free. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you decide to enroll in Essential Mastery today. I look forward to working with you. We'll work together closely so you can get rid of all of the terrible things that have held you back from getting the greatest results that you want and deserve in your life. So thank you for watching, and I will take your comments and questions from the chat right now. Okay, someone is asking, how can I connect with the Essential Mastery community? When you join Essential Mastery, we will walk you through an onboarding training, and it will show you how you can connect to the community. Once you're enrolled in the program, we'll just walk you through all that, and you'll be instantly allowed into that community. For those who don't know, what's a trigger? I think I went over that. A trigger is something that reminds you of the traumatic event. So it could be a thought, it could be an emotion, it could be a feeling, a sensation, but it makes you like feel triggered again. It makes you feel like you did when you were traumatized. It makes you feel uncertain and anxious and all those kind of feelings. How many lessons are in the course? There are 6 modules, and there's a whole bunch of lessons within each module. It's designed to take a week, could take you longer, and that's fine. You'll go at your own pace. Some people don't have the time to devote to, it just takes like an hour or so a week to go through all the information, but sometimes you want to delve deeply into figuring out what is actually happening with you. So it may take a little bit longer. So there are many, many lessons, 6 modules, and it'll take as long as it takes. But you'll have access to the entire course, Essential Mastery, forever. Someone asked, can you study Essential Mastery on your own and not participate in the community? If you want, you can do that. I encourage you to participate. You don't have to say anything. You can get in the community and you can read what other people or listen to videos of what other people are saying. That's up to you. You can participate or not. But we're providing this because we know that a support community is extremely helpful. You know, when I was going through Al-Anon, because I had to live with my alcoholic husband, I could not have made it without a support community. And that was a series of traumas that were real for me. So I encourage you to get involved in it, but you don't have to if you don't want. What progress can you expect to make in a month or 2 months? That really depends on you. It depends on how seriously you take the program, how much you do the work, how much you do the exercises. I'm going to teach you a lot of spiritual exercises and psychological exercises and ways to reduce your emotions, to take a look at your mindset and change the way you think about things, change your negative thoughts to positive thoughts. So it really depends on you and how much time you devote to it and how much you practice it. Because sometimes it takes about 3 to 4 to 6 weeks for your brain to develop new neural pathways by doing these new behaviors. And one of the things I teach is that your brain develops these neural pathways faster by having fun. So that's another reason to join the support community, to have fun with the other people in the group and learn faster. So you can expect to make a lot of change in a month or 2 months, depending upon what you do. Can you have a friend or partner study with me? Certainly. They won't get their own login, but if they can sit on your computer and watch and read the lessons with you and do the spiritual exercises with you, I have no problem with that. Why is this only for women? Can men benefit from essential mastery? Men can absolutely benefit from essential mastery, and perhaps later we will open this up to men. But right now we are opening it only up to women because women speak differently and act and react differently when they're with themselves than they are with a group of men. Can you relate to that? Raise your hand if you can relate to that. So we want this to be a safe community for women. And I also found that women are more apt to actually follow through with things and to take their recovery seriously. A lot of my male clients hang in there for a little while and then they drop out. But my female clients really stay and do a lot more work. So we want to make this a safe environment for people who are really serious about taking their life to a new level. Do you have to be a professional? Can you take this course while keeping a home for your family? Absolutely. You don't have to be a professional person. Most of us are professionals, even mothers. I think mothers are professionals at raising children and keeping a home. I mean, that's the hardest job of all. When I was a mother staying home with my young daughter, I had a t-shirt that said, "All mothers are working mothers." So if you're not a professional, if you're a waitress, or if you work at McDonald's, or if you are a stay-at-home mother, it doesn't matter who you are. I encourage you to still join Essential Mastery. I wanted to emphasize professionals because sometimes professional women think that they've got it all together and they don't need anything like this. But like I said earlier, I was a professional woman and I didn't realize how angry I was becoming and how unbalanced my life was becoming and how I was getting twisted and self-sabotaging and all those things that traumas can do. So I'm targeting professional women, but consider yourself professional no matter what you do. So one person said, "I'm battling alcoholism. Will this course help me to overcome alcoholism?" Yes, we can definitely address that as issue because that is a serious response to trauma. And I personally recommend the 12-step program of AA if you're an alcoholic, and getting a sponsor and working the program. I worked 15 years in alcoholic rehab centers, and it's a super fantastic program that's extremely helpful. I wish all people could take that program. They can't. There's a similar program called CODA, Codependence Anonymous, that goes by the same 12 steps. But we will cover a lot of the same things in this course. Are there any other questions? So what do you think, guys? I'm not seeing any other questions. Okay, well, you have all the information that you need. I hope that if you have PTSD or if you have been traumatized, wherever you are in that healing cycle and journey, that if you want additional help, it's here for you. So I encourage you to enroll today. The course is worth it, but you are worth it. And that's the most important thing, that you invest in yourself and take care of yourself and do whatever you can to get the help that you need. So thank you so much for watching. I don't see any more questions. John posted the Essential Mastery sign up link in the chat. So if you're interested in signing up, please do. And I look forward to meeting you. We will have one more seminar. It will be taking this to another step next week, next Tuesday at the same time. However, that's within the launch period. So the price will be $450 and you can join them. You have until the end of the day, 10 o'clock at the end of the day, Pacific time on the 22nd to join the course. And as I said before, it will be closed for 2 months. So we can really focus on the people who want the help. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you soon. Take care.